Canadian federal government has been looking into UBI, or Universal Basic Income. Basically, it is a guaranteed income at a personal level given by the government to anybody who is at the age of 17. So basically, this is the framework being presented by the Senate Financial Committee to review, and maybe it will become a legislation, which means the government is going to hand out free money to everyone in Canada who is at the age of 17. Doesn't matter you're a Canadian citizen or permanent resident or temporary worker, you will get that money. The quote-unquote intention of that program is to eradicate the poverty, making lives more affordable for the Canadians. While the short answer of that narrative is, why do you need that? Why don't you create jobs to eradicate poverty? Well, the intention from the politician is to basically buy votes. This is what happened in the COVID times when they run those CERB and COVID stimulus. They hand out free money just to be able to buy the lockdowns, right? So this is also going to be a bribe from the federal government to buy votes just before the new federal elections. Now, if you look at the numbers overall, this is according to the government own published number, the cost of running this program is going to be $85 billion annually. So that number is going to grow up because as we import more people, quote unquote, via immigration, that number, the amount of population at the age of 17 is going to go up, which means this $85 billion is going to grow at a compounded growth rate. Okay, so 85 billion year one, year two is going to be 100 billion, maybe 150 billion next year, and it's going to go up. So the question that we should ask is, who's going to finance that debt? To give you the context, the entire fiscal budget for Canadian federal government is around $500 billion. And out of that, $50 billion roughly is a deficit, which means their income in terms of taxes and other sources of income, they're only making $450 billion annually. And they're spending $500 billion annually, which is going to go up because of all these spending. So this deficit is going to be financed by issuing more debt, issuing more treasuries. At the time when the US treasuries are being dumped like a junk bond, who's going to buy Canadian new treasuries? Well, the short answer is your bank of last resort, which is Bank of Canada. Just like the way they did during the COVID by financing the entire fiscal deficit, they will going to continue buying more debt from the Canadian government. So ask yourself, is it going to be inflationary or deflationary? Whenever the new money is being printed and injected into the economy, this is always going to create inflation. So this money is coming out of thin air, right? It is being pumped into the economy with the intention of eradicate poverty, but actually this is going to steal the wealth out of Canadians at an aggregate level by using inflation. That is going to be inflationary. So why they're doing that? Well, the obvious intention is to buy votes, but the other intention from the government is to pave the path for CBDC. If you don't know CBDC, search, Google it. I have made a lot of videos on CBDC. It's basically a central bank digital currency, which means the ledger that where they can control the assets and the liabilities, it's going to be centralized at a central bank level. So central bank will be the issuer of the currency. They know who's buying, who's spending, what are they buying, and they can control, the amount of money that is being printed, the amount of money that is being taken as a result of taxes, how they can control it. They can cancel anybody who is being on the naughty list. What are you buying? If you're supposed to be buying something, you can be canceled. Your transaction can be canceled, can be reversed, and you can be blacklisted with a push of a button. It's the slippery slope that we should not be going through. So that's the path, that's the future, and UBI is one step closer to it. And Canada is not the only country doing that. Look around. Brazil has done that. China has done that. Nigeria has done that, right? And the other central banks are also actively piloting CBDC and UBI is going to be a part of that process. This is not a conspiracy theory anymore. This is being piloted and trialed in the field, and it's only a matter of time when this will be deployed at full scale. So educate yourself, think about it, how this is going to impact your financial well-being, your financial freedom, and how you can protect yourself being a financial slave of the government. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.